Welcome to Healthy Living Video Blog, episode number 76. You're watching us at workoutmaster.com. This is Ruben.
That's Aram.
Today we have an amazing episode for you. I actually decided to go on the internet and look at what USDA recommends us in a way of our food pyramid. That's the guidelines that our government provides us so we will stay healthy. And as you can see right now, it's definitely not working because most of the nation is obese, sick, and has some energy problems.
Sick and tired.
Sick and tired.
And tired of being sick.
Obsessed, stressed, fat. I personally think it's our job. Myself personally, I don't know, Ruben, it's up to you. I would want to educate as many people as possible, because I believe, unfortunately, people don't really know what to eat, and that's, lightly put it. So as much as you guys that you're watching, you share this with your friends and family, a more healthier people I think we're going to have.
I have to agree.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit as fast as we can about food pyramid, because I personally don't think it gives us anything good. Before we start, I think it's changed quite dramatically towards better, but still it's nowhere close to being at least good. So back in the days, let's tear it apart. Go ahead.
The food pyramid, as you might recall a couple of years ago, it used to be rendered in a horizontal fashion. That means that they had different categories, starting with with grains and cereals and bread, and then going into vegetables, then going into the meat and dairy products, and then at the very top of the pyramid, at the apex, we had the fat percentage. Mm-hmm. Now they actually have made it more confusing and more distracting for people not to have a very good clue of what they have to do as far as eating according to what the USDA stipulates that is a healthy diet overall for everybody. So now they're actually breaking it down into portions, like slices per se, in a vertical fashion, which in my opinion is just as disturbing as it was before, and it's even more confusing now. So people are going to have less of a chance to be able to follow this to the T, or in any way that is actually rational. And please don't make the mistake that I did. If you go to the mypyramid.org and you actually print out the paper, don't do it, because whatever information that you're gonna find in there is not even worth the paper and the ink that you're gonna utilize for it. It's just absolutely useless.
I'll have to agree.
So I feel bad that you wasted 9 pages of paper.
That's okay. We're gonna have fun with it. Let's see. We have categories, yeah.
Yeah. So they break down the pyramid as in subjects per se, and is inside the pyramid. For example, here they talk about vegetables. It says eat more dark green veggies. Okay, that's okay, I guess. Eat more orange veggies. I guess orange is better than green, or green is better than orange, or red is not as good as green.
Can I have yellow?
Sure, you can. Eat more dried beans and peas.
It's cheap, guys. It's cheap. That's why they want you to eat it.
And this is the first food that they're actually messing with to begin with, because it's the typical food that they start manipulating,
genetically modified.
Genetically modifying.
Nobody ever told you that you need to soak your beans and grains and anything of that sort, and nuts.
Yes.
So your chances of digesting that stuff is slim to none unless you actually soak them.
Yeah, like the next sub-subject is grains, for example. It says
it's always a big category.
It's always at the bottom, and I think in the pyramid it also shows us one of the biggest portions, the slices. It says eat at least 3 ounces of whole grain bread, cereal, crackers, rice, or pasta every day.
Guys, if you eat chip filling and avoid eating good foods, there's no way on earth you're going to have a good health. If you ever consume grains, make sure that they're soaked for extended period of time to get rid of the phytic acid. You have to sourdough them if you make a bread to make sure there's a whole lot less gluten than there is. But overall, the biggest suggestion that we have, stay away from filling food. Just don't have grains at all. Chances are you're going to feel a whole lot better.
I'll give you a freebie, right, since we're on the subject. If you have any type of joint aches, stay away from grains for several weeks and see how those aches pretty much disappear. Whether you think that they're, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, your knee joints, your meniscus, ACLs, whatever, they actually begin to get damaged away. Stay away from the grains, and I'll guarantee you'll feel better. All right? So I wouldn't charge you a lot of money just to tell you that. Now, for example, it says here milk. Before I get into this,
that is a disgrace category, in my opinion. The milk thing.
In the next page is to keep it safe. Do not eat and avoid all raw unpasteurized milk or any product made from unpasteurized milk. That's what I think of that. Milk, in my personal opinion, should only be consumed in a raw, unpasteurized fashion. The same goes for every other dairy product or byproduct of milk. And fat-free milk or reduced fat milk is a recipe for disaster. All right? Period.
Yeah, I personally think government has no business dictating if we should consume pasteurized milk or raw milk. I personally think it's my personal choice as an American citizen to have any milk that I want. Now, how come 4 states allow raw milk and the rest of the states don't allow?
How about 50 states allowing anybody that's over the age of 18 to smoke cigarettes and over 21 to drink alcohol and get shit-faced and damage themselves with it? That's okay?
Exactly. I guess that's safe. Yeah, USDA, what do you guys think?
Meat and beans. Not that they have much to do with each other, because they try to say that beans have as much protein as meat and blah blah blah, which is absolutely not true. And it says that to choose low fat or fat-free meats. I like to know what fat-free meat looks like, because I'm sure I can use it to, I don't know, maybe to burn it at the fire.
Well, at least we can get a recommendation of, you want to buy high quality meats, buy grass-fed beef. Don't buy commercial meat. I mean, if you're buying a commercial meat, you should have it as lean as possible, but does it give you anything truly for your health?
No, it's actually
not a whole lot.
It's damaging to your health, because most of what those commercially raised animals are eating is grain. So basically the protein within that meat, it resembles more the protein within the grain, which I just told you a few minutes ago is absolute garbage. So there goes that one too.
Now, when it comes to vegetables, at least when they recommend vegetables, they recommend a good quality vegetables.
Green and yellow, don't forget.
Green and orange.
Orange, okay, whatever.
One thing that I find kind of disturbing out here, it says use a microwave to quickly zap your vegetables. Like your vegetables are cockroaches that needs to be zapped. The last thing I would recommend you is to zap your vegetables. Especially, I don't condone any of you using a microwave, because I think personally it creates nothing but trouble. And if you want something fast, it's a fast way to get 6 feet under, and that's for sure.
If I always tell my clients, if you want fast food, wake up an hour earlier. That's it.
That's good.
You want it by 8 o'clock, wake up at 7, prepare it, cook it or whatever, take a shower in the meantime while it's heating up, and 8:02, it will be ready. It only took 2 minutes after 8 o'clock.
Overall, I find a lot of information here is gotten better, but nowhere close to be good.
But realize that it got better from absolute disgrace.
Absolute disgrace was before. So we guys moving in a good direction. We are moving in a good direction. Thanks to...
It just happened that we are moving a lot faster, and we want you to move just as fast as we do, if it's of your interest, of course.
Absolutely.
If it's not of your interest, then why the hell are you watching us? It's not because, we're very, entertaining.
All right, let's wrap it up. You want to say anything?
Follow us, Twitter, Facebook, workoutmaster.com. Post any comments. If you have any ideas or anything that you'd like for us to explore, let us know. We'll be more than happy to do that. We actually have a list right now of things that we have to cover over the next couple of months. So we'll take care of yours as soon as we can. Sometimes what we do is that the stuff that we have on the schedule, what we do is that we interject, or the third episode that we might do a week or the fourth, we might put something as far as a comment or a post that somebody wanted to address in particular.
Okay. Our only goal is to get you as healthy as possible. That's all we want. We don't promote any ideas besides you being healthier. That's our only and sole goal.
No, if we mention any particular names of any items, it's because we have experience with it. We have tried it with ourselves first. Obviously, you should know by now that I will never recommend anybody to do anything that I haven't tried myself or Aram has tried himself, and we have communicated, among ourselves to know that that's a viable option. If you mention any names, it's because we know about it. If we don't mention all the names, it's because we don't know about it, and probably we have to find out about it.
All right,
simple as that.
All right, guys. Remember, your future looks better already, and we're gonna see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next time.